friends, here we are on Facebook Live, appreciating the fact that this technology can still enable us to be together in one way or another. And even though we may not be physically together, because we are using this technology to come together as a community, we are energetically connected. And even those of you who are listening to this later, there is an energy that happens when we make an intent like this that can pull us together. And it also can help us so that we don't feel any kind of sense of isolation, or maybe I should say we feel less a sense of isolation. This time period that we're going through is so unique. None of us have ever lived through anything like this, where the whole population is basically forced into seclusion. And it underlines what we say in yoga is this false sense of separation that we have. Our ego will have us be I, the separate, and then the other is you. Where really what we're working towards in our practices and in our life is to find this sense of us, there not being a separation, that life not being so dualistic, but that we find a common ground and we realize that we've all come from the same thing. We all have bodies that have come from the clay earth, and we all house the same sense of divinity. Through the meditation, yoga practices, self-inquiry, whatever practices it is that you're drawn to, we look to find a deeper sense of intimacy within ourselves. And that may sound like we're separating and it's just us with us, but once we have that really deep sense of true love in ourselves, we can then open ourselves up to the commonality that is between us. We may have different opinions, but we can actually look at each other and actually see human beings who are very similar. And one huge similarity is our need for love. We need a sense of love. And this forced separation right now can give us can make it really hard for that to happen. So we learn to use our practices. So I know some of you, I've gotten a lot of responses from people who've said that they've used some of the meditation techniques from last week and it's really helping. I want to encourage you to stick with it. And those of you who were with us last week but maybe didn't do it, or those of you who are new to joining in with us, just find something that works, that allows you to be able to sit and concentrate and be able to come to a more comfortable place within yourself. Because being able to sit in silence is an important process in our human evolution of our consciousness, to be able to sit with ourselves and hear from the inside out. So last week we used mantra, which is the use of sound, and we also used mudra. Mudra, these are basic tools of the mind. The way we hold our hands is the way we're holding our brain, our mind, the way we're thinking. So if we're nervous, it's going to be nervous. If we're able to be very relaxed with this, we can just have our hands relaxed. We can start to relax our hands, just letting them even rest on your knees. So very simple mudras, or hand motions, are to bring your index finger and your thumb together, symbolizing consciousness, or we can think of it as the higher mind and the lower mind. One's not better than the other, but we're bringing them into balance with each other. So instinct is becoming more a response that we're using. So this is Jhana Mudra, very simple one. Most of us know this one, which is a mudra that Anjali Mudra just is a sense of reverence, a reverence for the life force within us. Last week we did a few other mudras that you can do while you're doing your practices. Padma, which is where the base of the hand, the baby finger and the thumb stay together, and we basically form a lotus, which is what Padma means in Sanskrit, is the lotus mudra. This is a good one for filling your cup or setting an intention. I'm not sure last week that we got to it, but the other one that I'd like to use this week, and I believe that we did, was putting our left hand on our heart and our right hand out. Can be a sense of protection, but it's actually a symbol of being open, openness to what is happening in our life. So this is called the Fearless Heart Mudra. And there are different interpretations, but it's, I'm not afraid of my life. I'm not afraid of what's in my heart. Those are the basic tenets of this mudra, and that's why I like it. And especially for right now, I'm not afraid of my life, and I'm not afraid of what's in my heart. So let's just come into this mudra, left hand on your heart, right hand up, and allow your eyes to close very softly. Allow your breath to deepen. So if it's comfortable for you to breathe through your nose, just breathing in and out through the nose. If you have some congestion or something else, breathing in and out through the mouth is fine. But deepening your breath, more than just breathing into your chest, but really filling your lungs. Not overdoing it, but just a nice, beautiful sense of filling of the body with oxygen. Now let your hands just move down towards your knees. Eyes can stay closed. You can bring the index finger and the thumb together, or not. But inside your being, just set an intention to relax for these moments that we have together. And having a nice, secure, stable posture. So if you're sitting in a chair or on the floor, make sure that you're comfortable. So really feeling the base of your posture be nice and firm and heavy in your cushion or on your chair, feeling supported by the earth. And on your next breath, feel an uplifting up through the spine. So we feel grounded. There's like a polarity of groundedness through the lower body and an uplifting through the upper body as we breathe in. If possible, just allowing the eyes to stay closed or looking down. On your next exhale, see if the shoulders can move down towards the floor. So down away from your ears. Let the muscles of your face relax and your forehead and even the muscles that hold the eyes. With each breath, just feeling a deeper sense of letting go and relaxation. Let's do 3 ohms together, depending on your sense of being comfortable at home or your situation. You may do them silently, but if possible, just doing these 3 out loud with us and just doing a nice, soft, gentle ohm. So it'll be like, Aum will be the syllables like A-U-M. So breathing out, we'll do 3. Breathing in, Just returning to your breath, allowing it to be longer. Use your focus to see if you can make your inhale and your exhale a really nice, even movement within your body, like a nice, beautiful rhythm or dance. And I ask you just to notice even the effects of 3 Ohms. For those of you who may felt that even just those three Ohms, those 3 mantras, that if they did any kind of relaxation, we're just really trying to find tools that are helping you to let go, to perhaps loosen the grip of your own mind, which might be driving you crazy, taking you into what ifs and shoulds and anxiety. What tools work for you? So remaining with your eyes closed here for a moment, I'd like for you to try to imagine that you can breathe in and out through your heart. So as if your inhalation are coming through the front part of the heart. And then as you exhale, it turns around and comes back through the back part of your heart. And then you reverse it. The inhale coming in, the exhale coming back out through the heart. A nice sense of ease as you do this. Nice deep inhale and exhale. There's no hurry, finding your own rhythm, but breathing in and out through your heart center. Just take a few moments. It's natural for the mind to start to think while you're doing this and ask you questions like, why am I doing this? Am I doing it correctly? Just bring yourself back to the sensation of breathing in and out through your heart. For some of you, you might even be able to imagine that with your next inhale, you can find that space, the heart space, getting bigger, growing. And those of you who are totally lost in thought and might feel frustrated, just keep with it. Breathe deep. Let go. Stay with it. Now start to bring your awareness just back in so that you can actually think about how you may have felt in that practice. whether or not it was frustrating or maybe it was something that worked for you. And I want to remind you, as we sit quietly here for a moment, about some fundamentals with the practice of concentration and meditation. Consistency is vital. So making a commitment to yourself that you will do this for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks is really optimal, because in a 3-week period, if we've done something enough repetition, it becomes a habit. So that's science and psychology who've shown us that. And I'd also like to point out, on the less scientific, is that today is the new moon in Aries. Aries is about newness, new moon is about new things. So whenever we really would like to start something new, the time period around the new moon, so today in the next 3 days, is really the perfect time to start something brand new. So if you've been frustrated with meditation, maybe this, starting it now, would be a really good time to do this. So starting it with the new moon, I'd ask you to think about being consistent. Consistency is really important. Making that commitment, can be very helpful to know why you're doing this. Now, a lot of us are probably like, I'm anxious, it's going to help my health. Those are all true. But probably, as you meditate longer, or even maybe just thinking about your intent, you may recognize that there's a calling from inside you somewhere. A voice that I like to call the heart voice, which is different than the mind, but this heart voice that really kind of wants you to do good things for yourself. That nurturing essence inside you that knows you as the child that you are. And it's like, we can do this. Let's do this. And it's probably one of the reasons that you might be sitting here with me, with Steve and I tonight, is because something's calling you for that. And if it is just purely for the physical, great. Because meditation is shown to help with our nervous system and our immune system, which right now for most of us is really jacked up out of proportion. So a commitment, the consistency, and then really having, making sure that you're comfortable in your seat. There is no perfect way to sit for meditation. A lot of people think they have to sit like I am in Sukhasana. You can sit in a chair as long as the spine is erect so that the energy can move through you and you can breathe deeply. Setting time. It's more important to do it more frequently. So doing 3 to 5 minutes a day is shown to really help you more than by doing it 15 minutes twice a week. So doing it every day, your body starts to get used to it. Your mind, the saboteur inside that's like, why am I doing this? Eventually just allows you to do it. So those are some of the real basics, and I have made them the banner of my FB page. So you'll see on my banner that I've got commitment, consistency, posture, and setting a time up there. So for those of you who want to write that down, it'll be up there for a while. So I'd like for you to go ahead and close your eyes again. Again, deepening the breath, feeling that settledness in your posture, and then deepening the breath. We're going to work with another mantra, and this is Aham Prema. Aham is I am, and the word Prema is love. One of my teachers this week in session that we had with her said that there's been a pandemic of a lack of self-love. And the more I thought about that, I really do believe that the more we can develop this self-love in this seclusion, the more it will change our lives permanently. That we will be, after this is over, forever changed in our heart. So with your eyes closed, and don't worry about the pronunciation, it's A-H-U-M, aham. So let's say that together, aham. The second word is prema, but so it's prema, P-R-E-M-A, P-R-E-M-A, prema. So aham prema. So perhaps bring your index finger and thumb together, or your hands can rest in your lap. And do several rounds of aham prema. And I'm going to ask you to, we're going to just keep going with it and do several rounds of it. Face your resistance in your body, but continue to do it. Figure out a way to breathe for yourself. If you need to stop and take a breath, or breathing through the mantra. One audible exhale. So everyone breathe in together now, inhaling. Sigh it out. Aham prema. 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 Last one. Aham prema. Just noticing how you might feel with this, doing the mantra that many times. Just noticing if the repetition was good. Again, we're looking to find tools that work for us. a visualization, a mantra, the way we hold our hands. And while you're in this space of surrounding yourself and declaring that you are love, see if you can imagine yourself surrounded by a beautiful light, your whole being. So underneath where you're sitting, so if it's under your chair or under your cushion, and imagining that there's a beautiful light that surrounds your whole being, even behind you. It's said that light is the mother of all, that light is the mother of love. So imagining this light surrounding you, on your next inhalation, feel it come inside you. Feel it just bring itself permeating your skin, your being, and coming in. Each inhale, just bringing the light inside your heart, inside your body, inside your whole being. For those of you who are really detailed with visualizations, into your cells. And feeling this sense of being surrounded by the light. Let yourself know that this light is the light of love and connection. So just breathing deep and imagining yourself in the light and being the light. There's a beautiful chord that connects all of us. Some say it's from the heart, others saying it's from the crown of the head. But whenever you may feel isolated in these times, or any time, even after this, if you close your eyes and you breathe deep, you can start to feel that connection. And it's not just with people who are on the planet right now, but your ancestors, those who've gone before us. Because we are more than the physical. The physical is beautiful, but there is an energetic essence to us that we are just learning about and being grateful for. All that sense of intuition and gut feeling and knowing when someone calls, that's the energy highway that we share. And one of the things we can do in our seclusion is in these times where we take the time to meditate at the end of your 3 minutes or 5 minutes or however long you might be sitting, is bring into your mind's eye or into your heart those people who inspire you. Those people who have perhaps given you great amounts of love in your life. Soak them in. And when you feel more whole and relaxed in that light, then bring in some friends into your mind's eye who you know are having panic attacks, who are fearful about what is going to happen afterwards, or maybe someone you know who actually is ill. And pass on the love back to them. And even doing it just through your visualizations, you're doing it. And then maybe, in your other time, texting random people, that you've known in your life, who you haven't been in touch with, or who you might think of in your meditation, and texting them, thinking of you. Or if it's in that possibility of love you, the connection is here. And we can bring it into our being at any time. As we finish our practices, we say, may our practices be of benefit to all beings. So this week, or till the next time that we meet, these recordings are up on our YouTube page called Rob and Steve Lifestyle, meditations and yoga classes that we're collecting. It's all free. Pass it around to anybody who may need it. Rob and Steve Lifestyle on YouTube. But I offer you the practice of these mantras, of this deep breathing, of loving yourself more deeply like a child who is in your care. There's moments where you might be having a panic attack or paranoia or whatever it might be. Just really hold yourself through it. See if you can breathe into your emotions and let them settle once again by saying, Aham Brahma, Aham Brahma. Because, my friends, you are love. Reach out when you need it. Use this technology, FaceTime, Zoom, Skype, Facebook Live, to stay connected. And let us remember that when this is over, that this is an opportunity for us to lift our consciousness. We are given a great opportunity at this time on this planet to push forward and to make love the ultimate offering to not only ourselves, but to each person on the planet. We will change things. We will bring things up with this sense of love. So practicing the mantra, practicing your breathing. Message us, email, text us if you have questions about any of this. If you need any assistance with any of these practices, please just let us know what we can do. And in the meantime, hold yourself dearly in your heart, and we will hold you. So to end this session together today, I'd like to do one more Om together. And then at the end of that, we say Namastasye. We say Namaste. Namastasye is the goddess version of it. With that said, before we do our Om and our closing, Steve and I would like to give you a blessing of the goddess Dorga, who is is a mother goddess and very much deep nurturing and strength. So we'll give you this blessing. So just close your eyes and receive this blessing. Ya Deve Sava Bhukteshu Dorgaropena Samastitya Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. Breathing out, breathing in. Namaste, my friends. To your health, to your happiness, and to your freedom.